All right. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there in social media land and Facebook, and to all of my friends and all of those of you that are out there in social media. I want to welcome you all to a great wealth conversation that we're about to have. My name is Andre Hayden, and I'm reporting here live from Nashville, Tennessee. We are excited about what we're going to share with you on tonight. I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper, okay? And I want you to take copious notes on what we're going to share tonight. We're going to be talking on the topic of the great wealth transfer, right? The new rules of money. We're going to talk to you tonight about why it is important for you to reinvent yourselves and to create your own personal economic situation, your personal stimulus package, if you will. 2020 has been an incredible year for everyone across the globe. We all know that, but we want to talk about solutions and not problems tonight. So again, grab a pen and piece of paper, jot down this website, www.alerts4cash.com. You can see it on the bottom of our screen here on the ticker symbol, alerts number 4 cash.com. I promise you, when you go to this website, we'll give you all the information you need. Or certainly by the end of this presentation, we want you to check back with the person that invited you to this very, very important wealth conversation. Again, my name is Andre Hayden. I'm very privileged and very honored to share this information with you tonight. Folks, we are living in unprecedented times. All right. We're living in times where there are so many things that's happening across the globe. We've got COVID-19. We've got the great economic recession. We have the recession from 2008. We've got things that are happening at warp speed. And many of you that are sitting out there today are wondering, what do I need to do to reinvent myself? Over 80,000 small and medium-sized businesses have closed their doors forever. That includes large corporations, major staple companies, companies that have been in business for over 100 years are closing their doors as we speak. The days are gone. Long are the days gone from those of you who have worked for 30 years, 40 years, working for the same company. Those days are long gone, folks. In other words, there is no job security. Right, so we're going to have a straightforward, grown-up conversation, a wealth conversation, if you will, where we can talk to you about a viable solution to the growing economic crisis that's happening all over the globe. All right, again, grab a pen and piece of paper, write down this website, www.alerts, ALERTS, the number 4, cash.com. All right, we're going to get right into the meat of the matter. We got a special guest who we're going to bring on today, and he's going to give his perspective on why it is important to learn this lifetime skill we're going to talk about tonight. Where is the great wealth transfer taking place? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're going to tell you exactly where the great wealth transfer is. These are the new rules of money. Okay, if you've been accustomed to putting your money in a savings account, a money mutual fund, right? A certificate of deposit, a 401k, and IRA. Well, we want to tell you something, all right? And I want you to write this down. I want you to mark me and quote me on what I'm saying to you tonight. There's 3 things that I want you to understand right now. 3 things that are very urgent, right, to your personal financial situation. Number 1, you need to learn how to multiply your money as fast as humanly possible. Let me say that again, ladies and gentlemen. Learn a skill set that will help you to multiply your money as fast as humanly possible. Number 2, you need to get out of debt. You need to pay off your debts. I'm talking about car loans, credit cards, student loans. I'm talking about personal loans. I'm talking about even your mortgage. Yes, I'm bold enough to say that tonight. Get out of debt as fast as humanly possible. And number 3, after you've gotten out of debt, and you've learned the skill set to multiply your money, the third and final thing that I'm going to really urge you to do, right, is to acquire as many tangible income producing assets that you can get your hands on as fast as humanly possible. Why am I giving this sense of urgency? Why am I speaking with a sense of urgency? Well, folks, it's because of one thing and one thing only. We have come to understand, right, that there's no job security. We've come to understand that we cannot And never should we ever depend on government stimulus. Right? There's people out there right now, right, who's still begging and waiting, right, waiting for that check to come through, that $1,200 check that probably will not come through. You got it the first time, you might not get it the second time. There are people who are standing in the unemployment line still waiting to get their unemployment benefits. Do you know this? Right? These are unprecedented times. All right. So desperate times call for desperate measures. And so we don't have time to play here. We're here for a purpose, and we're here to give you some information that can change your financial picture forever. We're talking about learning a lifetime skill where you can multiply your money just like the banks do. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that every day you and I are participating in the largest financial market in existence, whether we know it or not? Let me give an example. When you put your money into your bank account, whether it's a checking account, savings account, money market, certificate of deposit, you name it, that money at that point in time becomes a liability on the books of the banks. Did you know that? In other words, the banks are obligated, right, to make sure that your money is protected. Right? Now, when you put your money into the bank, you're basically lending your money to the banks. Now, what do the banks do with your money, with your deposits? Ladies and gentlemen, the banks are taking your money and they're multiplying your money for their profit, right? They're giving it back out in the form of credit card loans, car loans, student loans, mortgages. But there's one other very powerful thing that they do with your money. Every time we put our money in the banks are taking your money and they're multiplying it. We're going to show you how to do what the banks do. All right. We're going to talk about that in a second. All right. So let's get into the meat of the matter because, I'm really excited. I'm really jacked up about what we're going to talk about tonight, but I'm excited about our special guest we're going to bring on in just a few minutes, and he's going to give his perspective again. And he's very well qualified to talk about the subject matter. Okay. And so I just want to, really not waste a lot of your time tonight. I want to get into the meat of the matter as to why it is very important for you and I, right, to figure out a way whereby we can multiply our money. Remember those three things I talked to you about. Okay. Three things. Multiply your money as fast as humanly possible. I'm going to share with you what I believe to be the absolute fastest way for you to multiply your money. I'm not talking about a lot of money. I'm talking about $500, a few $100s, and turning it into potentially 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, yes, even 8 figures and beyond within a relatively short period of time in comparison to what you're expecting from the performance of your 401k or IRA. All right. We're giving you an alternative solution. We're talking about the new rules of money. Okay. Now, there are some challenges that we face today. I've been alluding to that as we started this conversation. Every day, people are starting to realize, right, that job security is a thing of the past. Have you ever even imagined in your mind, even in your wildest dreams, that industries would be shut down all at the same time? What do I mean? The music industry, the sports industry, the travel industry, the hospitality industry, restaurants, clubs and bars, the things that we are accustomed to enjoying were shut down all over the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen some unprecedented things happen in our lifetime, in my lifetime in particular. All right. I've been around for a little while. I got a few miles on my tires, if you don't mind me saying. All right. I was here, right, when the oil embargo took place in the 70s. Yes, I was a child during that time, but I do remember that time when gas stations, right, were filled with people standing in line in their cars to get gas because gas was at an all-time shortage. But yet it was at an all-time high. I can remember when interest rates were at an all-time high in the 70s. I can remember in the year of 1987 when Black Monday happened in October of 1987 when the stock market crashed. I was just finishing up in college during that time. I can remember the year 2000 when the dot-com bubble burst and people were losing money by the droves. I can remember 2008, right, when we had the Great Recession that took place, when we had the real estate bubble absolutely implode. I can remember, right, those times. And here we are in 2020, some 12 years after the Great Recession. And look what's happening now, folks. What is happening in the world today? We know for a fact that there is uncertainty in terms of job security, right? These are the challenges we're facing today. How do we pay our bills? People are now feeling unhappy and not fulfilled. Their confidence is waning. Self-worth and happiness and health and their finances are suffering at an all-time high. Do you ever feel like sometimes you were meant for something more than just the everyday 9 to 5? Do you ever feel like that? When you're just in the rush hour traffic and you're driving to work and you're coming home from work, you drive to work empty, you feel even more empty when you get off work, you get home, you watch Netflix, you eat your dinner, you go to bed, and you got to fight that snooze button the next morning. What if there was another way? What if things could be different? Have you ever thought that? Are you having that conversation with yourself even now as I'm speaking to you? What if there was something else? Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that 85% of all working people, 85% are not happy or fulfilled at their jobs? They absolutely dread waking up every day. I know you know what I'm talking about, right? Some of you probably hit the snooze button about 10 times this morning, right? I know what that feels like. You know, how it is to get up and go and work a job that you don't even want to go to, but you do it anyway because you got to pay the bills. This is what 85% of the workforce is experiencing every single day. Now, our story here, this wealth conversation that we're having with you right now, is very simple. We are here to empower you. We're here to build better lives. We're here to give meaning and purpose. It's why so many who are connecting into our network are experiencing success beyond their wildest imaginations. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our story. We're here to enrich, empower, and educate over 1 million families worldwide. Our partner company that we are associated with has been in business for over 7 years, and already we've empowered over 300,000 families worldwide in over 120 countries. It's absolutely phenomenal, and we're only just beginning to get started. Now, how do you talk to yourself? We can become what we think what we become. What are you saying to yourself? Have you given yourself a chance? You know, a lot of people are skeptical. A lot of people really talk themselves out of their own blessings. You know what I mean? Everything's a scam. You know, the old saying that if it's too good, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. Well, let me give you a twist on that. If it sounds too good to be true, maybe it's because you never heard it before. I want you to keep that in mind. Everything's not a scam, folks. Okay? Everything's not a scam. So open your mind, take copious notes, and listen to what I'm saying to you tonight, because there are hundreds of thousands of people who open their minds and now they're living a life that they never thought possible. How would you feel if you had total control over every aspect of your life? What if you can get up at the crack of noon instead of at the crack of dawn? What if you can get up instead of 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning? You can get up when you're ready to get up. How would you like to take vacations that you've dreamt of taking, but now you don't have to worry about the money or the time? You can do it anytime you want. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 4 different ways that we as human beings make money. And we're going to break this down for you tonight, okay? Robert Kiyosaki, write this name down. Robert Kiyosaki came out with a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad in the early 90s. He then wrote another book called Cash Flow Quadrant, and he wrote a series of other books and after that. And of course, Robert Kiyosaki is one of the foremost authorities who's internationally acclaimed on the topic of financial literacy. Financial literacy. Write that down, okay? Because this is something that's not being taught in everyday schools. It's not being taught in the colleges. It's not being taught in high school. It's not being taught in grade school for the most part. I put that asterisk out there, right? Robert Kiyosaki came up with a quadrant which he called the cash flow quadrant. And basically, he broke it down to this. There's 4 different ways that you and I can make money. All right, let's talk about the first way. The first way that most of you all are familiar with. That is the way of becoming an employee, right? We go to school, we get a good education, and guess what they do? They train us, they groom us to get ready to go and what? Work for someone else. Now, let me say this. Most of us, if not all of us, that's listening tonight, we have to start somewhere. I can clearly remember when I was a teenager and I went to put out an application and I got a job and I was happier than, a kid in front of a Christmas tree. Why? Because I was in position, I was empowered to make money. Yes, I had to, exchange my time, right? And my energy to get that paycheck, but I was pretty happy about that. All right. Because let's face it, the paycheck that you earn helps to pay your bills, right? There's another saying that if you don't work, you don't eat, right? So you got to work. So most people start off in that section of this quadrant that we're talking about tonight. 60%, in fact, choose to earn their income by becoming an employee. You exchange your time, your talent, and your skills for a weekly or bi-weekly or even a monthly paycheck. 60% of the world population choose to earn their income that way. Now, the second way is to become self-employed, right? 35% of the workforce earn their money by becoming self-employed. Now, we're talking about lawyers and doctors. We're talking about beauty salons. We're talking about barbers. We're talking about lawn care. These are noble professions, right? You learned a skill set and you said to yourself, hey, I want to work for myself. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think it's very noble. In fact, the backbone of our economy runs on small and medium-sized businesses, self-employed individuals. So you have a very viable part in our economy and our everyday activities and the way that we flow in the world today. 35%. Now, here's the startling fact. If you choose one of those 2 ways, 60% work for someone else, 35% work for themselves. That's 95% of the world population choose one of those 2 ways to make money. 95%. Now, here is a very sobering fact. Did you know that 95% only share 5% of the world's wealth? Let me say that one more time. I wanted to really register, and I hope you're taking notes on what I'm sharing with you. 95% of the workforce, the people who choose to work for someone else or work for themselves, only share 5% of the world's wealth. That just doesn't seem fair, does it? And we haven't even started to talk about the tax liabilities that you have as a self-employed or an employed individual. Now let's go to the other side of the quadrant. 4% of the world population are business owners. 4%. What are business owners? Business owners they own their business, right? But they have a system. They're plugged into a system that will continue to make them money whether they are there or not. They make money in their sleep. Let me give you a classic example. Everybody knows that there's thousands of McDonald's franchises all over the world, right? And so let's say if you were fortunate enough to shell out $1 million to $2 million to buy a McDonald's franchise. Well, if you bought that McDonald's franchise, McDonald's has a system that they've been implementing for well over 50 years, right? And it's been working quite well. In fact, I would venture to say that anywhere you go to around the world, you're going to see a McDonald's franchise. So if you happen to be a business owner who owns a McDonald's franchise, what do? You go and hire managers, and the managers then hire employees, and then that business runs the Big Macs, the Quarter Pounders, the fries, the shakes, the Happy Meals. They're being sold around the clock. And you as a business owner, a franchise owner, you do not physically have to be there. You're making money whether you're there or not. That is the definition of a business owner, okay? All right. And then 1% of the world population make their money by investing, right? They make their money work for them. Did you know that money never gets tired? Did you know that money doesn't require a vacation or benefits? Did you know that money will work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if you put it to work? So, what I mean when I say an investor, we're talking about people who invest in stocks, who invest in real estate, who invest in foreign investments, who invest in cryptocurrencies. In other words, their money is constantly working for them and they don't have to work for their money. Now, here's the amazing fact about this quadrant that 4% of the world population and that 1% make up 5% of the workforce. And did you know that that 5% shares in 95% of the world's wealth? Look at the contrast. 95% over here, that's the employees and the self employed, only sharing 5% of the world's wealth, and 5%, the business owners and the investors share in 95% of the world's wealth. Which side of the quadrant do you want to be on? So, we're here to talk to you tonight about how to become an investor and, should you choose to, how to become a business owner. Two of the most powerful wealth systems on planet Earth. Okay. So, welcome to the foreign exchange industry. Most of you all may have never heard of foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange currency trading? Foreign exchange has been around for over 2,000 years, even going back to the great Roman Empire. That's correct. Foreign exchange has never gone out of business, right? It has been open every day, and it is something that every human being participates in, whether voluntarily or involuntarily. I'm going to break this down for you, okay? The foreign exchange market, or Forex for short. Have you ever heard of the foreign exchange market? It is the largest financial market in the history of mankind. There is no financial market that can even compare. The foreign exchange market is so huge. It's over 20 times larger than the stock market. How many zeros are in $1 trillion? Well, I'll tell you, 12 zeros. Can you imagine being able to participate in the largest financial market in the world, family? We're talking about well over $6 trillion a day exchanging hands in the foreign exchange market. Let me give you an example. This is just a classic example here. Let's say you were traveling to Canada or Europe, right? And you got your US dollars and you want to get some euros, or you want to get some Canadian maple leaves, or if you're in Mexico and you want to get, some pesos. What you would do then is you would exchange your US dollars for euro dollars or pesos or Canadian dollars at that time. And when you exchange your money, ladies and gentlemen, there is an exchange rate that you are paying at the time of that transaction. Okay. Now imagine over 7 billion people on planet Earth exchanging money, right? Imagine banks, large corporations, hedge fund companies, millionaires, multi-billionaires, and yes, even governments exchanging money every single day. Now, the beautiful part about foreign exchanges is that it's open 24 hours a day, over 5.5 days a week. The foreign exchange market's open on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central, and it closes at 4 p.m. Central on Friday. You have 5.5 days to tap into this market worldwide. It doesn't matter where you are. Now, the beautiful thing about foreign exchange is you don't have to exchange physical money. You can do it right from your smartphone, right from your computer, your laptop, your tablet, digitally. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You open up your own brokerage account and you're not dealing with any physical money. It is a digital exchange. The internet has changed the way that we do business. The internet has changed how we communicate with each other. The internet has changed how we do transactions. And yes, you can now participate in the foreign exchange market right from your smartphone, your laptop, your computer, any time of the day, morning, noon, or night, and make money. just like the banks. This is the most powerful market in the world. Let's talk about the next market that we tap into here with our partner company. We're talking about digital currencies. This is a new market that has just hit the waves all over the world since 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, cryptocurrency is here to stay. It is a digital currency. Have you ever heard of Bitcoin? Have you heard of Ethereum? Have you heard of Litecoin? Have you ever heard of Ripple? And over 3,000 digital currencies are now in motion as we speak. Back in 2010, when cryptocurrency came on the scene, one Bitcoin was worth 7 cents. One. Ladies and gentlemen, today one Bitcoin is worth over $10,000. So if you had invested $100, a one-time investment, had you known about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin back in 2010, you would be a multi-millionaire today. With a one-time $100 investment, you would be worth over $13 million today. Now, here's the exciting part about cryptocurrency. It's here to stay. You can now change and do whatever you want to do with cryptocurrency. You can buy coffee, you can buy a house, you can buy a car, you can send money to somebody else in the form of cryptocurrency. It is an emerging market that's growing towards $1 trillion in just over 10 years. It's unbelievable what's happening. It is the new money. It's becoming global forms of payment for everyday purchases everywhere. And people are finding out about it every day. Even governments are creating their own cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is here to stay. Experts are even predicting, ladies and gentlemen, that Bitcoin will be worth in excess of $100,000 and more in the next 2 to 5 years. Now, if you are smart, you really take some copious notes on what I'm sharing with you tonight, because I'm giving you a preview of upcoming attractions. What if you had the opportunity, okay, to invest in Nike stock before Michael Jordan hit the scene? What if you had the opportunity to invest in Google, right, before it really blew up? What if you had the opportunity to invest in Amazon stock or Facebook or Uber? Listen, folks, innovation is always happening every day. There's always clues that's been given out in terms of how you can create wealth. And I'm giving you several of them tonight. All right. Cryptocurrency is here to stay, and there are going to be a lot of people that's going to become millionaires because of it. All right. Let's talk about how to become educated, learning simplified ways on how to tap into these powerful markets. All right. We're talking about the foreign exchange market, over $6 trillion a day. Well, you're saying to yourself, Andre, how do I learn how to do this? You know, you're telling me about this tonight. Okay, but how do I learn how to do it? Well, guess what? Our partner company, IM Mastery Academy, has put together the largest online educational platform where you and I can sit at home in the comfort of our homes and learn how to trade for profit. Right? You're going to master the markets, knowing how to build real wealth and real freedom. We have 4 different academies that we have through our online educational platform. The Foreign Exchange Mastery Academy, where we teach you the ins and outs of foreign exchange, how to trade for profit, how to identify trends, how to identify support and resistance levels, and all of these different things that you're going to learn. You're getting ready to go to school, folks, but this is not like your typical college or university. All right. Because you can get a 4-year degree at a typical college or university, and I guarantee you they're not going to teach you anything about foreign exchange. All right. But what we're going to do is put you in school here with the world's largest online educational platform with over 300,000 students and growing, and show you how to trade for profit. Our second academy is the High Frequency Binary Options Academy. It's absolutely exploding, where you can literally get in a trade and time your trade based upon a timed contract. We're talking about 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute trades that you can literally get in. And if you're on the right side of that trade by the expiration of that contract, you guess it, folks, you're going to make money. We're going to teach you how to do that. And then, of course, our Digital Currency Mastery Academy, we're going to teach you how to trade for profit, trading Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and some of the over 3,000 cryptocurrencies that are emerging as we speak. We're going to even teach you how to invest and set up your own online cryptocurrency, right? Portfolio where you can invest in Bitcoin and crypto and all of these different cryptos that are available. We're going to give you all of the know-how because we have the world-class educators and master traders that's going to teach you how to do just that. Our third academy, our final academy is the Independent Business Owner Academy. Now, this is optional. This is where you're going to tap into how to become a business owner. Remember, 4% of the workforce around the world earn their wealth by becoming a business owner, by tapping into a business system. And then 1% are tapping into that wealth system of investing. So we're going to teach you how to invest your money, and then we're going to teach you how to tap into a business system through I Am Mastery Academy. These are our 4 academies that will be accessible to you. Now, we have well over 150 educators and master traders who speak multiple languages, ladies and gentlemen, from all over the world. We are now in over 120 countries as a company. I Am Mastery Academy began and opened its doors on July 4th, 2013. And we're just 7 years old, and we are now well on our way to becoming a billion-dollar company, a privately owned company that takes pride in creating the most powerful online educational platform known to man. We're going to give you mentorship designed around your schedule. So even if you work during the day, if you work during the afternoon, if you work during the night, you can come home and literally plug into our online live platform where our master traders are showing you, teaching you, educating you. And yes, on occasion, our master traders are even calling live and giving you live trade ideas that you can literally sit back and earn while you learn. And even if you can't get in on the live session because of your schedule, you can go back and watch our archive videos that are all recorded. It's absolutely phenomenal. We have proprietary software, artificial intelligence, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to tap into that will help you to identify potential profit trading scenarios. These trade setups are going through certain algorithms and proprietary software that I Am Mastery Academy makes available to all of its students. Discover easy how to follow these strategies through these powerful tools that simplify your trading. Just choose your weapon, ladies and gentlemen. We got it. And even when you're on the go, even when you're in your car, when you're on your lunch break at work, we're going to send you trade ideas through our proprietary software apps. Yes, that's right. We got 3 apps for you: Gold Cup, Swipe Trade, Swipe Coin for cryptocurrency, where you can follow these trade ideas that the market, the master traders are sending to your phone. That way you'll never be able to miss an opportunity to make money. Now, let me go off this disclaimer, okay? Past profits do not equal future profits. Past profits do not guarantee future results. Trading can be risky, just like anything else that we do. You get up and you get in your car, that's risky. You get up to go use the bathroom, that's risky because you can fall and slip and break your hip, right? Anything we do in life has a certain amount of risk, but we help you to mitigate that risk because we're teaching you lifetime skill with our master traders and mentors who have walked the walk, they're talking the talk, and we have thousands and tens of thousands of people making money through I Am Mastery Academy. It's absolutely incredible. Now I'm going to take a break right here, folks, and I want to bring in our special guest tonight who has been sitting patiently and waiting in our green room. That we're going to kind of interview him, and we want to just let you know that we have over 300,000 people, right, who are tapped into this online educational platform, and we are growing. We have a goal to reach over 1 million families. I Am Mastery Academy is dedicated and committed, right, to presenting to over 1 million families this lifetime skill, this online trading educational platform. It doesn't matter how old you are. Doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter your social economic background. Doesn't matter what country you're from, because we're in over 120 countries. And so we're seeing people young and old who are tapping into this. We're seeing people at age 20, age 18, age 80 even, right? So the person I'm going to bring on to you is my special guest from Chicago, Illinois. I've been knowing this gentleman for well over 20 years. He's a forthright authority in business building. He's also very, very committed right? To serving humanity through his foundations. And I want you to really just give a huge welcome to our special guest tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than Mr. Steve Amella. I'm going to bring him on right now. Steve, are you there, sir?
I am, and thank you, Andre, for this opportunity.
Awesome, my friend. Listen, man, I want to thank you for your time tonight, Steve. And, as you can tell, I'm very excited about what we're doing here and presenting this platform to the masses. And I just want to ask you, with all of your experiences that you've had in your lifetime, have you ever seen anything as powerful as what we're seeing tonight with I Am Mastery Academy and throughout the world? And more importantly, what is your vision? Why do you think this is important for the masses to know about?
Andre, those are good questions. And in this day and age and economy, they're more critical than ever. The answers are around us, and many people don't know how to tap into those answers. Right. Andre, I have been in the Chicagoland area all my life. I've been in about 35 different realms of marketing. And held different roles in so many companies and so many products. And all of these products build up what's called our economy. Our economy, by definition, is their interrelated production of consumer goods and activities delivering how scarce resources are allocated. Now, I want to say that because, boy, is it scarce out there. Manufacturing scarce. Motorcycles, go any dealership, scarce.
Yeah.
Automobiles, scarce. Boats, scarce.
Wow.
All these things, the production of these goods and services in our economy are supposed to build our economy, yet they're scarce because of manufacturing, especially because of COVID. And now the second part of the word economy, by definition, says that it's all these goods and services are used to fulfill the needs of those living, operating in this economy. So by very nature, it ain't working. It's not working at all. And and I see it getting worse and worse out there. Andre, I'll be 50 years old this week. And 50 years old, and I look at my life and I say I've done a lot of cool things, wonderful things, but there is no way that I can get to my financial goals without doing exactly this, without trading foreign currencies, because then that truly is the answer. And, I mean, a lot of people, whether they like it or not these days, are going to have to reinvent themselves. And when older, it's kind of more difficult to reinvent yourself. And you might not have a choice. Okay. So many people are unemployed and this kind of thing. People say, I can't learn something like this. Well, what you're talking about, and with the company that you're talking about today, there's instructors. You're part of a team. You use demo accounts. You don't real money to learn a lifetime skill.
Yeah.
That's affordable. This doesn't cost the college tuition. A couple $100. My family cell phone bill is more than that. 24/7. People say I don't have time. I don't have time to do something, Andre. I don't have time to do this.
Right.
This is available to you 24/7. So who can't make time? If you don't have time right now, do this and you will have time.
Wow.
Do the things you want to do. Maybe you're working 2 jobs. Maybe you're not even employed right now. You're older. Who's going to hire you? You're freaking out. Your jobs are scarce. Good ones, especially. Companies are cutting back. And this opportunity allows you to multiply your income. Now, I know a lot of people that go to the bars and go to the gambling machines, and they hit those machines and they try to win those tickets and multiply their income that way. This is consistent, the largest video game in the world.
Yeah.
Andre, I'm so happy that we've discovered this. Back in 2003, when I found out about Forex, it was challenging. They made it so simple.
Wow.
And they really, really brought technology in as our friend. People aren't in the pits anymore, like Eddie Murphy trading places.
Right. I remember that movie.
Yeah, movie. But those pits are scarce because now it's online. Anybody can do it on their cell phone.
Wow.
Gosh, wow. It's I'm really, really proud, and I think that this really, 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 truly is the only answer that we have a fair shake. We have a fair shot, because our economy is failing us, so we need to create our own economy.
You know, Steve, you mentioned something earlier about the production of goods and services. And that was a very powerful thing you said. So in other words, we're not producing as many goods, right, that we used to produce back in the day. Right now, our GDP, or gross domestic product, is at an all-time low. And so that in and of itself speaks to the fact that if you don't have product, right, to present to the marketplace, then you don't have a demand for the product, and you don't have the workforce, because the workforce has been laid off. And so therefore that product is not even in existence, because you got to get rid of the workforce if the product's not been made, because people we've been, sheltered in our homes for the last 6-7 months. Right. And so as a result, everybody shut down. No one was going out to buy anything. They weren't going to the malls. They weren't going to the bars. We're seeing industries that have been literally shut down at the same time. That has never happened before. Even with the Great Recession that happened in 2008, it affected the real estate market, right? But we were still, going to bars. We were still seeing sports. We were seeing going to concerts. But all of that shut down at the same time. And so what you said was so powerful, man. We are really in unprecedented times. And so the carnage really has not even begun to show its ugly face as we know it yet. And
it will, Andre. The worst is yet to come. Of course, we have an election coming up and so forth, but nobody knows what's going to happen. But we know, everybody knows it's not really going to be good.
Right.
One party wins or the other party wins, there's going to be a lot of backlash going on. Sure. Where is the second round of COVID going to come from? All of these, all the speculation, all these things that what's going to happen to us as just regular hardworking Americans. And that's, I think, the beauty of this is we don't need a degree from Yale or Harvard to be able to sit in rooms with people that have degrees from Harvard and Yale.
Yeah.
To us, the same things. And not some of them don't even have that education, but they were able to learn and master these simple skills, put them together without an education, and reinvent their lives. Look, if I can make my $200 to $300 to $400 a day, maybe $1,000 a day from my house, a few hours a day that I would invest my time, I'm belated. I'm happy. I can go to Florida for the winter. Are you kidding? I love it. Look, and I can grab life back when so many people around are not going to do this. They're just going to put up the excuses that I said before. Don't have money.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you can.
Yeah.
And you must. You are responsible for your own economy. You're responsible. As a man, you want to protect your family? Well, protect them financially too.
Yeah. Wow, man. Wow. You said a mouthful there, brother. And I tell you, man, I took from your conversation, my conversation with you is, number one, we are in unprecedented times because there's a lack of production, which means there's a lack of jobs as a result. And number two, you said it so profoundly that we have to reinvent ourselves. We cannot continue to do the same things we've been accustomed to doing and expect different results. We have to reinvent ourselves. Absolutely profound statements, brother. Well, Steve, man, I want to thank you for your time, man. And I tell you what, man, you really gave some great nuggets to our audience tonight. So thank you again for your time, brother, man. And God bless you up there in Chicago, man. I hope to see you soon.
I'm just a student, Andre. I'm just a student. And I will continue learning with this team because I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I know.
Well said, sir. God bless you, brother. Thanks for your time tonight, Steve.
Thanks for having me.
All right, take care, Doc. Wow, folks, you just heard it from our special guest, Mr. Stephen Amela. I tell you what, folks, he really, really nailed it on what we're dealing with today and why it is important to reinvent yourselves, right? If you think that putting your money into a savings account or a money market account or even your 401k, all right, is going to save you and prepare you. Think about it like this, right? You know, my age bracket, right? I'm a baby boomer, okay? You know, we are in, you know, what we're supposed to be calling the golden years, right? But how many of you have gone out to a Walmart, a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, and seen someone in their 60s, their 70s that's saying, welcome to Walmart, welcome to McDonald's? You know, why are they doing that? It's not because they're bored, folks. They've worked 30, 40 years of their lives. It's because they have to keep working. Listen, we had 3 major economic downturns that happened in the last 20 years. All right. We're talking about the dot-com bust that happened in 2000. We're talking about the Great Recession that happened in 2008. And we're talking about 2020 with what we're dealing with today. And let me tell you something, folks, this is not the end of it. All right. So you and I, we have to, as my good friend Steve Amela said, reinvent ourselves. We have to develop a lifetime skill, whether you're young or old. Okay. Because believe me when I tell you, it's not just for those who are up in age. In fact, most of our students are millennials. They're in their 20s, right? They'll never, ever have to worry about money again. Now, let me throw out this disclaimer again. We're not making any guarantees here whatsoever. Past performance do not guarantee future results. All right. It's very clear. Trading can be risky. You never should trade with money you're not afraid to lose, right? Anything that you do in life is risky. But if you can mitigate that risk, if you can minimize that risk, right, and learn a lifetime skill from the master traders who have done it. And I'm talking about people who've never learned trading before, who have not gone to school. They didn't go to a special education, get a special degree on currency trading. They were just like you and I, everyday people, young and old. And they are now living a life they never thought possible. Right. So we're going to give you this lifetime skill. Go to alerts4cash.com, www.alerts4cash.com for more information. Or definitely get back with the person that invited you to this call. Now we're going to finish up here with just the last part of our presentation, and then we're going to turn you loose. OK, it's a lot of information we want to give to you, but definitely get back with the person that invited you tonight. And the last thing I want to share with you folks, OK, is what is possible. Again, these are no guarantees. These are hypothetical descriptions right here. All right. So just keep that in mind. But let's say that we can help you within 72 hours get plugged into our system, right, for $234.95 just to start with, and $170 and $175 a month as your monthly tuition. Let's say we can help you to do that to get started today. And within 72 hours, we get you plugged into our trading strategies, where you'll be able to participate in our live trading platform, where we are trading together. In fact, me and my team, we trade every morning at 8 Central, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. We're trading and we're learning these strategies. We're having fun. We're making money. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hypothetical situation for you to consider, right? What if we can help you? What if within the next year, the next 12 months, you can take a small investment, right, and potentially generate a daily percentage of return? We won't give you an exact number, even though you see a hypothetical here, but this is potentially what has happened, can happen for you, and what has actually happened for a lot of our students. These are not fictitious numbers here, okay? These are very realistic numbers because we're talking about trading in the largest financial market in the world. What if by this time next year, you were able to look at your bank account, your brokerage account, and be that much more further ahead financially. What if that was possible? Well, I'm here to tell you that it is possible, folks, because of compound interest. The banks are making money on your money. Every time you put your money in a bank account, the banks are in turn lending that money out in the form of credit cards, credit cards, car loans, student loans, mortgages. And believe me, they're not lending it out for free. They're charging you compound interest. All right. If you don't believe me, look at your credit card statement. If you don't believe me, look at your car loan statement. Look at your mortgage amortization schedule. You will find that the money that the banks are lending you over time, you are paying them way more than you borrowed. That's called compound interest. So we're teaching you how to compound and multiply your money, right, on the form of profit through the foreign exchange market instead of you paying this in interest on money borrowed. This is a very, very powerful thing we're sharing with everyone tonight. I hope and pray that you're taking good notes, okay? Don't forget this conversation, alerts4cash.com, or get back with the person that's inviting you. I won't even go all the way to the end of this because it'll blow your mind. But I'm here to tell you, folks, okay, that currency trading has been here for over 2,000 years. There's nothing that I Am Master Academy has created. It has been here long before you and I have been here. And it's going to be here long after we're gone. Okay. I am telling you right now, this is the company to align yourself with. I'm telling you right now that our entry point, our price of entry point, is far less than anything you will have to pay for an education. You look at college students, there's over $1.6 trillion in student debt right now as we speak. 1.6 trillion in student loan debt as we speak. And the majority of these students who've gone on to get their college degrees can't even find a job today. All right. For a fraction of the cost, ladies and gentlemen, for $235, right, initial investment in $175 a month, as a monthly tuition, you can become a part of this online educational platform and learn a lifetime skill that, hear me now, once you learn it, no one can take it from you. All right. This is a lifetime skill where you can take your money, all right, and absolutely go on your smartphone at any given moment, analyze the markets. And we're going to show you how to do all of this. Okay. Analyze the market. And when you analyze the market, then you can then take trades with the knowledge and the understanding of how to read these charts, right? All right. You know, I'm a musician. I learned how to read music way back when, all right? So I can read charts. I can do all of that at any given moment. It's a lifetime skill that no one can take from me. Why? Because I learned it. Well, it's the same thing with currency trading. You're going to learn a lifetime skill and take your smartphone and make it smart. You don't want to just use your smartphone to get on and just scan through the internet and Facebook and all that. Make your smartphone smart by turning it into an ATM cash machine and make money every single day, wherever you are. All you need is internet and access to it, okay? So I'm going to close with that. I'm not going to even go into all the great details of what we're talking about. This is a wealth conversation. If you want more information about our business model, about our online trading platform, if you want to come in and just sit and watch and be a fly on the wall and watch us trade in real time, watching the market and making money, get back with the person that invited you to this call tonight, or go to www.alerts4cash.com and we will give you all of the details on how we can get you set up within 72 hours so that you can learn how to multiply your money just like the bank. My name is Andre Hayden, folks. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight, and stay tuned. We got more and more of these events that will be taking place, more live stream talk shows and podcasts that we'll be doing. God bless everyone, and I hope you all have a great night. Take care now.